This 26 Sports and CCTV high school basketball presentation is brought to you by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services.
And welcome back to Cadillac High School. Jay Simon alongside Kevin Gregory, where the Cadillac Vikings have come away with a 55-28 victory over the visiting Kalkaska Blazers in boys non-conference basketball action, presented by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services. Well, Kevin, there isn't a whole lot to talk about in a game like this, but if you are Coach Dave Manchester, I coached varsity volleyball for 5 years. I often found that it was a lot easier to tell my girls what I wanted them to improve or what they did wrong when we won. When we got beat or beat badly, I often didn't have a whole lot to say to them. Sometimes the loss itself was kind of enough. What do you take away from a game like this?
Well, honestly, Jay, you know, if I am Kalkaska and I outsized Cadillac tonight, and I really would have tried to attack that a little more, but more importantly, more than that, keeping them off the offensive glass. I don't know how many possessions Cadillac got, 2, 3, 4 shot opportunities, and you know, I've always said my entire coaching career, you do not have to be a great basketball player to be a great defender. All that is hustle and determination and attention to detail. And so not getting a body on Cadillac guys and not boxing out, allowing these 2 and 3, 4 shot opportunities, that's the first thing I'm going to see that jumps out at me in this game. And then secondly, after that, you want to go positive with it. It doesn't want to all be negative, but wow, look at that. Basketball got stuck on the net going up as they're raising the basket. The ball is stuck up there. Beautiful. But you want to keep it positive. You want to say, hey, you fought the entire game. I didn't see any one of you guys hanging your heads. I didn't see selfish basketball. I saw continual effort and trapping and sticking to our stuff. So, you know, hats off effort-wise, a little more detail on the box-out defensive standpoint, and let's move on.
55-28 the final, as we get a shot of them. Now they're bringing the basket back down to give the kids a chance to try and knock that ball off. There we go. That's well played. There was very little ledge for that ball to stick on there. That was awfully impressive. Run down the scoring for you. Chase Fitch, the junior, led the Blazers with 12 points, 10 in the second half. The real struggle for the Blazers was shooting standpoint, Kevin, as they didn't have a single field goal in that second quarter. They converted, again, this is completely unofficial, but just 6 field goals on the night. They hit 1 3-pointer, and they only had 1 field goal in that fourth quarter. They did go to the line quite a bit, 15 of 25 from the line. That means over a 2-night period, 49 of 64 from the line over 2 games. That's insane.
That's pretty good. But like you mentioned, Jay, if you hit 1 3-pointer, and I saw 1 other jump shot over Kahani from about the little bit higher than the free throw line. If you hit 2 jump shots in the game, you know, that makes it tough with the kind of suffocating defense that Cadillac plays, and then to have the ability to, you know, sag off a little bit in our help defense because you're not really hitting from the outside. Just it's a recipe for a bad night.
Yep. Tough one for the Blazers. Meanwhile, the Vikings got a number of people into the books. Unofficially, I've got all but 12 of 15 players getting into the books tonight from a scoring standpoint. Paced by Cooper Benson, who had 9 points all in the first half. Tanner Cochran finishes with 8 points all in the second half. Keegan Brooks actually finishes with 9. Shorted him a bucket there, I apologize. So Keegan Brooks and Cooper Benson leading the way with 9 points apiece. Clayton McCarthy finishes with 6 all in the first half. Tip Baker with 4. Jacob Kahani with 4. Vinny Genema with 4. Hunter Rensbury with a triple. And Noah Stradowski and Cale Mickelson with a bucket apiece to round out the scoring. Unofficially, of course, for the Cadillac Vikings, who, as mentioned, moved to 7-6 as they put together a 4th straight win after opening the season with 3 straight wins, losing 6 in a row, and now they've put together 4 in a row. And, you know, at this point in the season, 13 games into it, we're a little more than halfway through. it's one of those situations where you're really just trying to put things together for the postseason. This is a Viking squad, a Viking program that under head coach Jeff McDonald and in the first year under Ryan Benzenberg had some terrific success. They've made the state semifinals. They made the state semifinals 3 straight years, and the quarterfinals the 2 years prior to that. But last year lost to Benzie Central in districts, and so you know that Coach Benzenberg and these boys would certainly like to get out of their district again. If I'm not mistaken, and I was looking at this earlier today, they drew, I want to say they drew Kingsley in the opening round. I think Kingsley is in their district, as is, no, it might be Reed City. Ludington is in that district. Big Rapids is in this district. Both of those teams are undefeated, but they drew each other in the first round, which is unfortunate for them. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. And as they start to put things together, you never know what might happen.
Well, you want to be trending upward at the right time, right?
Absolutely.
So, you know, you have that losing streak in the beginning part of the season, and get things figured out, start to gel together a little bit, and like you said, that's what you're striving for. You got 2 home games this week, handle your business tonight. Got a Friday night home game, which is always fun for the kids. Going to be a nice crowd here, so keep that momentum going if you're Cadillac.
As mentioned, the Vikings will take on Alpena here at home, and meanwhile, the Blazers, who have opened the season with 7 road games in their first 10. This is the 7th road game in their first 10 that they have had. They fall to 1-9. They get to close the year with 8 home games in their last 10. So they will get some home cooking, and maybe the rims will be friendlier for the Blazers back in Kalkaska.
Kind of an unusual schedule, but
it is.
Get through that rough part, and like you said, if you can get a couple of wins in a row here, you got a nice home cooking stretch. Maybe they can be trending upward for their district.
Yep. And we wish the best of luck to head coach Dave Manchester and his kids. That's going to do it for us. We want to thank, again, Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services, High Point Cadillac GMC, Pizza Plus, and Cadillac Tire for their support of these broadcasts here on 26 Sports and CC Television. Again, our thanks to the hardest working crew in TV, as Jacob Fulis over on camera 3, Rain Johnson Hill on camera 2, and Kaylee Buck on camera 1, bringing you all of these images tonight, and then Commander Dakota Pike in the truck, keeping everything under control and bringing these all to you. 3-camera high-definition action here from Cadillac High School. Again, as mentioned, we'll be back on the air. We'll have a game Friday night as the boys play host to Alpena, and then we'll have the McBain Ramblers and the Cadillac Viking girls next Tuesday, a game you'll be able to catch. Always catch these games at about 10 or 11 o'clock after the game has already been played. You can catch it on My News 26. For Kevin Gregory, I'm Jay Simon. Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll see you next time.